Thank you, Professor. Our coolest Vice Chancellor. You see, when you enter UCU gate, that's when you know that some universities are overrated. They are overrated. They are drunk with the pompous glory that they had long time ago. They don't know that others moved on long time ago, and they are much better. This is my first time here, I must confess. And I just wished I was younger. And I had to make choices and maybe choose this great university to come and study. But let me assure you, our coolest professor, that I will recommend so many to come to this great university. Partly because this is the oldest university in Uganda since 1913. This is the only university I've now, after learning from the leaders, that offers holistic education. As of today, when you talk of law and mass communication, we are number one in this university. And other faculties, they are doing well. It offers, from what I've learned, it offers 3 intakes. Others you have to wait for 1 intake. I don't know, in September, October, you have 3 intakes. So you have an opportunity to join around Easter or around September, thereabout. And so you're not really fighting for one spot around September. So thank you for that innovation, Professor. And let me tell you, the reputation you have as a university and the few people we've taken on from this great university, they have not ashamed this university. They are great people wherever they have gone. I came with colleagues. Let me ask the next media team. I know others are still engaging smaller groups, but let me ask George, who goes with the team, to stand up, to wave to the people. So that's a team. You may take your seats. But you need to know that we have gallant UCU next media staff with us who are doing great things to the world and to Uganda in particular. You've heard of Solomon Seranja? Here. He's one of our best anchors and the best in Africa, recognized by BBC. You've heard of Rukshana Namyimba? Here. We have Doreen Katsime. She's our chief of staff at Next Media. She's there. Joseph Sabiti. Lillian Mutesi. She's my executive assistant in the group CEO's office. Here. We have Joel Kwizera Jokwiz. Here. Lisa Kanyomozi, she works on Next Radio. Here. Mabel Twegumiezake. Here. Our head of digital, our editor online, Dora Tonjire. Here. Our digital executive, Timothy Tikabasa. Here. Irene Namaja, our senior political reporter, and so many others. And so many others I've not mentioned. So we have over 30 to 40 great people at Next Media that were produced by this great university. So I want to thank you, Professor, for the support you've already given to Uganda and to Next Media in particular. Thank you very much. Now, I had intended to have a small presentation, but I'll not do it. I will just talk to you. I'm assuming that most of you are students. Huh? Mixture. 70-30. Yes. So I'll talk to you for a few minutes, generally, because of two things. From where I sit in the marketplace, where you are heading as students, there are things we see that every day we wake up to say, you know what, we need to change our education system. But now I'll be telling them that I think we need to send all these high institutions of learning to go and learn something from UCU. Because we have a problem. We have two major problems right now. In the world, in Uganda, we have two major problems. One is the problem of upbringing, which is out of poor strategies of parenting. As we grew up, I was born in the late 70s, I'm 44 years old. Most of my colleagues are between 30s and early 40s. Kids that were born in the 90s plus, what we would call millennials and Gen Zs, they never got an opportunity to be parented the way we were brought up. Us, we were brought up by our judges, our kakas, our grandparents. The kids of the 90s, because parents have gotten some money and they are busy chasing the world, they were brought up by maids, house helpers, friends who haven't gotten jobs. So, and because we are too busy as parents chasing the world, we say, you watch the TV. They put cartoons for you, which cartoons are bringing some foreign culture that might not help us in this country of ours. Or they buy you the latest iPhone worth 6 million, Wi-Fi, so that you don't disturb them. You leave them in peace. Now, you find a kid, 13, 14, man, the kid is like an animal. These kids are entitled, they are lazy, because they grew up they are seated in the sitting room playing either games or watching cartoons or on phone. They're interested in free things, free. You'll find someone with an iPhone worth 6 million, but they're asking for 20K for bundles, data. They want things now. They're in the life of instant gratification. They are so self-centered. They don't have genuine friends. Our elders, professors here and others, they have deep-rooted personal relationships with friends they made at school and at universities because they were never disrupted by these gadgets. They had time to engage and intimately connect Now you don't have time because I'm looking at this. Every seat has this gadget. And I'm happy that they are looking at me, like 90% are looking at me. But in other classes, if I was talking at Mackay, maybe 90% would be on their phones, and then it's only be 10% that would be really interested in what I'm talking about. Why? They are addicted. You can't blame them. It's part of them. It's part of life. It's like breathing. So they are interested in free things. They want happiness at all costs. And to them, they have grown up being praised and rewarded. Whether they have won or not, they have to be rewarded. I took my son to participate in some tournament, and there were 30. My son was number 3. They gave him a medal, but they had asked other parents also to contribute money to buy presents, so that even the last person is given something, is given that person has won. So imagine, so you defeat the purpose of competing and winning, because then the winner is not rewarded, because we've all won. So those kids, the millennials, most of them, we employ them. They have grown up like that, coming from 2 big problems: parenting and technology. And it's something we need to fix as education. I don't know. It's something we need to work on as media, to talk to these parents. It's something we need to work on with the education institutions to teach because these are the parents of tomorrow. Because we see them at work, they want, whenever you employ these kind of people, they are not interested in the work you've given them. They are interested in what their peers think of them. If I don't do the work, but my peers think I'm okay, that's okay. Why? Because whenever they post something, people praise them on Facebook, on what, they tick, how many followers, they're in that kind of zone. Likes. They have lived a life their life is filtered. It's not real. Because, they take photos, selfies like this, and then they got filters, so you don't see, me I'm dark, you see as if I'm light a bit. That filtered life has gone into their real life. They are fake, to say the least. That's the life we are living. Now, they live that kind of life with that kind of training. If they are not groomed by universities like these ones, they come to Next Media. They go to EcoBank. They go to Stanbic. They go to MTN. What do they see? KPIs, key performance indicators, appraisals, you came late, policies, standard operating procedures. You want to do this, you can't do this, you can't touch this. Proper KPIs. They get bored. They don't last even 3 months. They complain. I don't feel the job anymore. I feel bored. I'm no longer interested. Meanwhile, at home, the parents are still renting them apartments. They subsidize the salary, they send you money. Daddy, Okay, let me send you mobile money. So some of them were and said, but I can go sit home and watch Netflix or something. Those are the kids of today that are being trained to run the industries we are running. To them, money, they can get money because as girls, they grow up, just getting money from, they post beautiful photos on Facebook, they get connected with friends, and then they can be taken out. Money, they can always get money. So they don't have interest, and they are not groomed to work in those solid companies. So eventually, they fail at workplace, and they are sent home. They resort to drugs, alcohol, and within 3 to 4 years after graduation, they are normal. So we need to work together to turn the clock. We in the media, the universities, and indeed our education system, but also talk to our parents that giving that kid this gadget, you're opening that kid so many things that at her or his age, they are not ready to handle the world. My kids, whenever they get to 13, 14, I give them the Kabiriti. The Kabiriti phone, the Katoch, to be able to reach them. Whenever they turn 16, I've told them, my daughter is turning 16 in November, I've promised her I will give her the smartphone for the very first time. But she's on Twitter. I've told her, Twitter you can do, but make sure that this Twitter you post things that help the world. She has already 3,500 followers. 3,000. Then now there was a problem. She was in an international school. Now the mother, I don't know about other accounts. She has other accounts of TikTok, what. So the mother saw something they posted very, very bad. They were not dressed properly. I don't want to use other languages. So she said, now, I didn't know about this. The mother removed her from that international school. She took her, there is a school deep in Masaka called Bwera, something like that. It's for sisters. She's there. She's coming back tomorrow. They are getting holidays. Shock of her life. From this life of international to that, where you wake up at 4 a.m. Yeah, to cool off. Because she's different. She's not now at that level of other kids that we see. But we couldn't, her mom could not see that post on that TikTok thing. It was not, shouldn't be coming from our daughter. So she's there training. So as I conclude, we need to work together, us out there and you in the education sector, to make sure that we bring up kids and students who are going to be responsible citizens. And that will go to our parents, to us, to the teachers, to the whole system, to the leadership, to make sure that we work together to build a stronger and a better country. So with the partnership we've created with the VC and the leadership of UCU, we'll try our best. In there, we'll be coming to do mentorships, we'll be coming to do talks with you, but also get your leaders to come and talk to the rest of the world to make sure that we create a country that we'll be proud of many years to come. Thank you very much.